I want to talk about NBA basketball in the 2000s compared to the 90's. I just think it was better back then because let's start off with Michael Jordan versus the Bad Boy Pistols and the team that he had to go through to get to be one of the greatest that ever played the game today. Uh, Back then, when he was growing up, basketball was a whole lot harder than it is now. You want to talk about uh, how tough it was on Michael Jordan? I'm finna really give you a lesson about how it was. When you want to talk about the bad boy Pistons, bad boy Pistons back in the day, they used to fight you. They would literally fight you. I mean, it would be a fight out there on that court. So it took Jordan a long time for him to get through the Pistons. Cause back in the day they literally couldn't beat them at all. They would come close, but it just wouldn't happen. Why? Because they were rough and they were rugged back then. Isaiah Thomas was one of the greatest little point guards in the league. Then you had Bill Lambert, you had Rick Mahorn, Dennis Rodman, and they will fight you out there on that court. It got so bad to one of the series against the Pistons. Scottie Pippen couldn't play because he had a migraine headache. So what happened in order for Jordan to get through to the Pistons? What happened was they all stayed in town after the season over with. It was Michael Holmgren and Scottie Pippen, and they worked out together. They literally had to get stronger in order to get through to the Panthers. And even then, you had to deal with the Lakers with Magic Johnson. Now, he might have been on the end there, but that still was a good team. Jordan couldn't guard him by himself. So what they had to do was put Scottie Pippen on Magic Johnson. And Scottie Pippen would guard him full court. And that literally, they was able to literally get their first NBA championship. Then they played Clyde Drexler in Portland. And on top of that, Jordan exploded. Because everybody they were talking about how Jordan couldn't shoot at the time. And Jordan won off that first game against Portland. And then, the third NBA championship, they wind up playing Barkley and the Phoenix Suns. Barkley was unbelievable at that time. I mean, that just shows you how Jordan ruined franchise. He caused players not to get an NBA World Heavyweight title. Barkley was unbelievable at the time. It was Kevin Johnson, Dan Marley, and Barkley, Charles Barkley. And Barkley was unbelievable. And Jordan pulled it out in Game 6 by delivering a pass to John Paxson. And Paxson was able to hit the three-pointer to win the NBA championship. I think that was his third NBA championship. Then the fourth year Jordan retired. And the Bulls lost just barely off a bad call with Hugh Hollis, I believe. And the Knicks wind up playing Houston in the NBA Finals. Okay, the fifth year, I believe, that's when Jordan came back. And they wind up losing to the Orlando Magic and Penny Hardaway at that time. Because at that time, Horace Grant went to the Orlando Magic and he wound up beating the Bulls. Okay, just they beat him at game 6. Okay, when he came back that next year, Jordan swept the Orlando Magic, and they wind up beating the Seattle Supersonics at Sean Kemp. And he was saying, I think they won 72 games that year. And then they wind up playing Utah. And Jordan beat Utah that year and beat them in his final season in '98 to be 6 for 6 in the NBA Finals. Now, what you want to talk about is LeBron James right up there with Jordan at the time. That's why I literally can't put him up there right there for the simple fact. I can't do that because NBA basketball was a whole lot tougher back in the 90's than it is in 2000. Because you even got players now that literally not even playing a full 82 season. Back in the day, when you want to talk about Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, they went out there as fans and they gave it everything. They played just about every game. You never heard them setting out a season. When you look at players like Kawhi Leonard, he might play a night, then he might sit out a night. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant gave it everything they had. I don't think they were missed games or nothing like that. Now, if players don't want to play, they literally don't have to. They won't play. You even have players these days the time, they're set out. And I think it's bad on the fans because fans come to see them play. And then it might be a game they go to. They don't even see their superstars play basketball. So basketball these days and time, it ain't near where it was back in the day. It ain't, cause I mean, back in the day, people couldn't wait to see what Jordan did back in the day. And I'm not saying LeBron James that type of player, what he set out. But I'm just LeBron saying that if he gonna go, LeBron gonna give everything he got. Ain't gonna be no sitting down with him. Ain't gonna be no low man. When you look at a player like Kawhi Leonard, I mean that's what he do. Some games he will sit out, keep him playing. Back in the 90's, you had players like Michael Jordan. That's why the game was so rough. Back and now, you can't even tap a player without getting a tick. Back in the 90's, they literally fought you. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. And you went through hoops to get it done. Now, players these days the time, if they don't want to play, they ain't got to in their opinion. That's why it gets so bad now that you got the owners get ready to come after the players because they feel like this ain't right. We paying y'all money. Y'all should be able to go out there and play basketball. Regardless of how y'all feel, if y'all getting all this money, y'all should go out there and play. Back in the 90's, the player never would cheat the game. Never would cheat the game. Back in the, and nowadays, I feel like Jordan could have been 70 points a game with the way they play now. Cause you can't even hand check no more. That's out. So the game is a whole lot softer. Back in the day, the game is a whole lot softer now than it was back in the day. Honestly. I mean, back in the day, you want to talk about hardcore basketball. That's just what it is, but now, you have players. Number one, you gotta go out there and earn it. It ain't gonna be no giving you nothing. You earn respect. If you look at that Jordan documentary, Jordan team don't play so bad back in the day when you look at that 98 documentary. that it was just unbelievable. I mean, you want to talk about toughness. And I do believe now players is a whole lot sensitive than it was back in the day because you had to go through that grind. I mean, that's what basketball was back in the day. It was a grind. You know, back in the day, if you got the older player trying to say something to the younger player, they looking at you like, what you're talking about. And all them players trying to do is make them a whole lot better. Because back in the day, Shaquille O'Neal, when he came into the league, he had to earn his stripes. And he became one of the baddest centers in the league. I mean, back in the day, when nothing handed to you, you had to go get it. Jordan had to come up with Larry Bird, had to come up with the days of Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, the Pistons, the Lakers, all them guys had to show Michael Jordan what to do and how to play the game. And even then, back in the day when the Bulls finally beat the Pistons, Isaiah Thomas then literally walked off the court. Walked off. They got all that, and when you think of all that time that Jordan had lost to the Pistons, Jordan stood on that court and spoke after the game. Isaiah Thomas then when they took that loss against the Bulls, they politely got their stuff and walked off the court. Walked off and didn't feel apologetic for it. Because they felt like the Bulls were whining and crying and all that. Nowadays, basketball is soft. That's just what it is. I mean, that's what I say it is. And to me, I feel like you don't earn your strength. Well, what I feel when you look, when you basketball back in the day, it was a whole lot more about winning. Nowadays, when I look at a player like LeBron James, he a full-time NBA champion. But what you look at, how many finals did he lose? He might have been, what, 3-6 in NBA finals, something like that. Jordan was 6-6 in the NBA finals. Bottom line. I mean, once you look at it like this here, it was hostility with Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas couldn't even play on the Olympic team at that time because Isaiah Thomas walked off the court. Walked out, and Jordan fell some type of way. Now the basketball is everybody friends. Everybody like one another. Back in the day, it wasn't no like this. It was totally disliked. Jordan, everybody said Jordan called Isaiah Thomas a shot to be on that Olympic team, and that still bothered Isaiah Thomas to this day. That's how bad the dislike came for one another back there in them days. And when you look at Utah, John Stockton and Karl Malone, they should have won NBA championship. Why didn't they do it? Because they ran up against the greatest player that ever played the game in Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan just didn't, I mean, he ruined franchises what he done. Simple as that. It used to be the Seattle Supersonics. Now it's the Oklahoma City. That's what Jordan did back in the day. So am I still got LeBron as the number 2 player in the world? But I can't. being where Michael Jordan come from, I can't put him up there and say he number one in the world. I can't do that because you gotta see where Jordan came from. And even then, back in the day, Penn Hardaway and Sack when they teamed up, that was a bad duo now. You gotta look at it like that. And I still believe back in the day that Jordan could have won more championships if that team had stayed together. And I would have loved to see that team go up against Kobe and Shaq in the day. I would have loved to see it. Jordan even said he felt like that team should have stayed together at that time. I know I do. With so basketball that they compared to the 90's, it was a whole lot better. And then, and then you had one of the greatest shooters, in my opinion, and Larry Bird. Larry Bird was an all-star three-point shooter contest. He said, "Which one of y'all gonna become second to me tonight?" See, they would talk smack, and they would go out there and they would deliver in a way that's unbelievable. That's what basketball to me was back then in them days. And even then, back in the day, you couldn't wait to see what Jordan do. See if he gonna put up 35 or 40 points tonight. Jordan was the type of person he right there told the team after dinner and would destroy them in the game. That's how he was. And nowadays, it ain't all about that. It's all about, no hand checking everybody friends. Basketball was just harder. That's why you literally cannot uh, put LeBron up there, even though you might want to. You can't do it because what Jordan had to go through back there in them days. Them days were harder when I look at basketball. And even then, back in the day, it wasn't no one to know. Kevin Durant and Kevin Garnett and Kobe started it out, and even then, as they grew in high school, they became some bad players. Back in the day, and that's all it used to be is one and done. Players coming out of high school. And back in the day, it kind of hurt players too, because it hurt Kobe Bryant to come out 18 years old when you really would rather. If you had gone back in the day, them players went to college. Jordan played college for like, he was a junior in college when he came out. After he hit the winning shot at North Carolina to win a national championship, then he come to the Bulls. And so college also can make you better, make you a better player than what you are. These players want and done, and they don't. College will make you that much tougher. See, back in the day, that was NBA basketball there. And back in the day, back in the day, you really enjoyed sport back in the day because after football was over, then you had to basketball finna happen. Now when football leaves, it's like, oh, well, basketball. But is it really that exciting? That's what I want to know from you guys. Did y'all like basketball back in the day more, or do you like it a lot better now? That's what I really want to know. Let me know. And please, y'all get back to me and do two things for me. Have a great rest of the day. Take care of yourself, and one more thing, keep on winking it out.